Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So how would you guys feel if your credit card company started tracking and categorizing your firearms and ammunition purchases, and if they saw anything that looked suspicious, would then transmit that information over to your government? Probably wouldn't be very happy about it, would you? I can't wait to read the comments on this one. Let's talk about it. Now, real quick before we get started, most of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed. So if you wouldn't mind, just take a quick second, hit that subscribe button. It's free. It helps me out quite a bit. And if you wouldn't mind, check out the main sponsor of this channel, which is the USCCA. They're linked down below. USCCA offers self-defense liability insurance, online education, training. You get a magazine, and so much more. So it's definitely worth it. It's probably the best membership you could ever have in your wallet. So let's get to the video. Okay, so let's go and talk about what's going on here, and try and keep in mind, this is not the first time, and it probably won't be the last time that government asks financial institutions for help with their gun control agenda. This is something that's been going on for quite a while. As a matter of fact, it was only maybe 3 or 4 years ago where I had Bank of America decline a transaction because they thought it was suspicious. I was buying more ammunition than normal because I was going out for training, right? So I needed a little bit extra. I made the phone call, told them it was me and it's not suspicious activity, gave them my PIN and all that stuff, and they said they cleared it, and then I went to buy the exact same amount. It didn't go through again. It was found suspicious, right? So what I tried to do is I just cut the amount in half and bought it in 2 different orders, and sure enough, it went through. So what I want to talk about right now, though, is a recent tweet by the governor of New York, and I'm really sorry, you guys have been on this channel a lot lately in New York because your governor has just decided to drive the Second Amendment off a cliff. And so she's trying to just basically get rid of it in New York. But she writes this on Twitter: "Everyone needs to do their part to combat gun violence. At American Express, at MasterCard, and at Visa should categorize firearms purchases and flag suspicious activity, just like they do for millions of other transactions." Now, here's the thing. When they flag other transactions, it's because there's, possible fraud happening, suspicion maybe of a stolen card, right? This isn't your normal transaction history, and, maybe you get a transaction in Ireland and another one in Georgia, right? That doesn't make sense to them, so that gets flagged. It shouldn't be flagged because of what you're buying, and who determines what is suspicious activity. Now, for those of you wondering whether or not these credit card companies would actually take part in something like this, I would say that that's a yes, and I would think that they actually already have. But they have a pretty big footprint in most of the large cities across this country. In the major cities like LA and New York, they have entire skyscrapers that are dedicated to these banks and these credit card companies. And so when the governor of that state says something, they listen. And if they're already on the fence thinking, I wish we could do something about this, all they need is a governor to say something like that to give them the green light to do something that they shouldn't anyway. This would separate your purchases from everybody else's purchases. It would put it in a category, right? And then it would also create a way to determine whether or not it's suspicious or not, or just, standard purchase activity. But again, that would create a database of your transactions, of everybody's transactions who are in that space. And it would be a nightmare. I mean, it would be an absolute nightmare. And I myself would not do business with any credit card company that is going to take my information for something that's perfectly legal, protected under the Constitution, and give it off to the government just because they determine it's suspicious. I mean, we'll see. As of right now, it doesn't look like the credit card companies have done anything, but that's a direct request from the governor, and I believe Gavin Newsom has also done that in the past. So we'll see if anything comes of it. I'll let you guys know, but what a terrible tweet. What a terrible governor. I want to thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.